Okay.
Hi, Dimitris and Ciaran. So you guys have just finished your second online drum session this evening.
Yes.
Yep, went very
Yeah.
well. So just want to ask you a couple of questions. Um, we've had to change our delivery to online given the
Yeah.
pandemic. For both of you, is really just just to get your thoughts on how you found the adaptation from going into online delivery during this time. Yourself, Dimitris, as a tutor, how have you found it?
For me, it was a new experience, to be honest, the online lessons.
Mm.
And for sure, I believe it's a very good way to maintain at least, a level of teaching. So the kids have stuff to practice, to have something to keep up. And I think the situation is like that, so we can do much. You can go one on one. So for me, for sure, online lessons are beneficial. Okay, you can say it's the same thing with an actual one-on-one lesson,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. But for sure, it's not something insignificant. It's something that for me, for sure, can make a difference. And especially if the student has the appetite for learning and practice and keep going, this will bring results for sure, even
Mm-hmm.
from online lessons.
Yeah.
So for me, for sure, is something vital, and for us, for tutors, to be in the game of teaching, to be alert, and it's a chance to find new things, because when
Mm-hmm.
you're online you can show something so easily, you can have the interaction that you can have when you're one on one.
Yeah.
So for me, that I'm new in online lessons, I'm teaching, and at the same time I'm thinking, how can I make it interesting without
Mm-hmm.
having the physical contact?
Yeah.
So for sure it's a challenge for me too, but I think it's a challenge that it only leads towards to something better, something new, and of course a solution to the crisis and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about yourself, Ciaran? How have you found sort of the online lessons that you've been having? Because I think you've been doing these ones and you're doing some with Steg as well. Is that
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a totally new experience. I think I've adapted to it already. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
became easier than I thought. I was like, right, okay, how's it going to work and stuff, and I was like, ah, that's how you do it. It's just been really easy in general, and
Mm-hmm.
as
And
well as like having the resources is online as well. So like, if I want to, like go through a song with Dimitris, I can like search it up and do that if I wanted to.
yeah, yeah, you've got everything there, sort of ready. Everything's already at home, rather than you being in a studio somewhere and you would be like, oh, I need to check that back in the house. So it's a wee bit easier
Uh,
that way. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And do you think, you know, as we're starting to sort of come out of lockdown, do you think you would prefer to do the tuition this way, or would you rather a bit of both?
But I both think would be a good shout.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. And is there
Yeah,
anything else you would be interested in? I know obviously you're doing the drums, the electronic stuff.
But, I'm trying to think. Just basically more drums and sound production. That's basically it.
Okay. And I suppose really the only other thing I wanted to ask again to both of you is, during lockdown in particular, how important has having music and having something like that to focus on been for you both?
if I say for myself, because I'm a musician for all my life,
Mhm.
so it's something so important, and it was so important I could be able to go to my studio, and I have some music projects beyond teaching that we have prepared the whole album during the quarantine time.
Yeah.
So it was very important to have something productive to do. because especially for us, for musicians that they're performing beyond teaching, we're not able to do anything for the next at least 6 months for sure. So all try to be creative, and because if you don't have something to to expect, it may be, you know, it will lead you to give up, or you know, be not be such active. And I had this period that I say, okay, why should I practice if I'm not gonna play? But
Yeah.
that's the trick, because as you practice, you're getting better, and you know that okay, eventually the lockdown is gonna be over, and we'll be back to a normality in any way. So I think music is very important to keep you up, to have a target, to focus and do things. So
Yeah.
for sure, for me, it was very important to have music during lockdown.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Ciaran?
I feel like it's been massively important in terms of music. It's, you know, if we, in my opinion, if we didn't have this lockdown, like nobody would have the chance to go and make music or
Mm.
do stuff like that. Just, I think it's creativity in terms of music is totally shot through the roof, and everybody's kind of saying like let's get into the studio, let's get in, do rehearsals and stuff like that. And studios are starting to open back up, and people are booking in, and I'm like, this is the time where the industry kind of wakes up and says, we need to do something, and creativity needs to be at its peak, otherwise we're going to have nothing to do.
Yeah, yeah. I think this has maybe highlighted just, you know, how important, you know, music and the creative arts are to people, and you know, and try and kind of really boost it now. Okay, well, thanks so much. Again, great lesson. I will hopefully see you next week, and
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
so much, Lauren. See you.
Yeah.
Bye, Kiran.
Bye.